here with your host Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. We are in the land of the living, of course. We are happy to be here. Again, we are live on Facebook. We are live on the YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe is the name of the show. We are live on Twitch, Twitter, also the name of the show. Please find us somewhere. We are on social media. Please tell somebody we are live. As I always state, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one device away, one help away from where you need to be. And your destiny has been proven over and over again since I started this show. As I always state, I have some of the dopest people that come through this platform. I always say, remember their name, remember their faces, because you're going to see them again. This man right here is no different from any other of my guests that you definitely will want to remember. And we're going to get into his bio real quick, get into the conversation that we have tonight. I am so happy. This, of course, is another sponsored show by Blacktop Streetball Association. My boy, Main Event, has always, since the beginning, have put me on to some wonderful, dope people. And this man is also a product of Main Event. These two gentlemen went to school together, and now he's here with me. So, Derrick Turner.
Right.
It is your turn. Derrick Turner is a Benedict College graduate with a BS degree in criminal justice. Derrick is the CEO of the Culture Shoppe LLC, which was created in 2017. The Culture Shoppe LLC focus is on providing customers with products from all around the world. Our herbs, gemstones, jewelry, artwork represent history and culture. Our goal is to provide knowledge and understanding to each customer we encounter. So you guys, tonight we have the pleasure of having a conversation with CEO of the Culture Shoppe, Derrick Turner. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I cannot complain. It wouldn't be any point to it.
Exactly.
So let's go back to the beginning of Mr. Derrick Turner. And we're going to go up until we get to you deciding that you want to open up a culture shop. So, did you have any idea that you would be here like this now, back then?
No, not in the beginning. Like you said, I'm a criminal justice graduate, so it's obviously I went to school with different intentions. But I guess through times and different trials and stuff, you find a different path. And that's how I really got to where I'm at now, working various jobs, just figuring out life and where you want to stand with yourself.
Absolutely. So, going through school, did you always want to have your own? Or was it more so, like you said, figuring it out?
It was basically just figuring it out because, I mean, at one time I didn't even know going to school would be an option. You know, that was like a last minute thing. So I wouldn't say with most, but with a lot of people, you go to school and you try to figure out something easy that'll fit your path. Not necessarily what's in your mindset of doing, but really just something to do.
Were you an athlete?
No.
No?
No.
Good evening, Wiley. He said hello. Maine, he's on.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Wiley? The main event.
Yes, main event.
Shout out to the main event for the recommendation.
Yes. And that's usually how it happens. He'll see something, or he'll see somebody post something, or somebody's doing something great, and he'll tag me in it, and I'm like, sis, go get him.
Say, go get him.
Go get him. And I'll go, hey, you came highly recommended by, sure, anything from Maine. If Maine says, hey, it's good, it's good. And so, like I said, I wouldn't be here. You already know the all of I wouldn't be nowhere if it wasn't for him. We've had conversations on camera as well as off camera of him saying he believed in me from the first time he quote unquote met me over social media, because I have not still met him in person yet. Hopefully this summer I can stop saying that.
Right.
But back to you. So when did you guys meet? What school did you guys go to together?
Well, we met at Benedict.
Okay.
Yeah. What year, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, we met at Benedict College.
Okay. So was that like the regular classes? Because, I'm sure he was balling there.
You say, did we meet like regular classes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, we probably met just on campus and through mutual friends.
What was some of his challenge becoming a ball? Okay. So we find that sometimes going through school, he said 94, 95-ish is when y'all met.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
We're finding that sometimes we get to school, we have been trained or pushed to go to college, and sometimes that ain't it. You get to school and you try to achieve something, and just sometimes, unfortunately, college is not for everyone. So at what time or what age did you feel like I want to do something different?
I would say that was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Like I say, after working multiple jobs, and you on a job and it all seemed like dead ends. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks. The paycheck ain't matching up to what they saying you getting paid, and you stuck with trying to figure it out. So I always had a knack for hustling. So I just say I'm gonna give it a shot on doing it on my own, and it's been beneficial.
So with stepping out on your own, and you said hustling, what did the hustle look like?
What, on stepping out on your own?
Yeah.
Oh, the hustle is tough. Yeah, it ain't nowhere. It seems good from the start, but it take a strong individual to just walk away from security and do their own thing. In the beginning, there's more of a downside, and you got to believe and have trust in yourself to be able to make it through that. A lot of people can't make it.
So were you one of those people who had multiple things that you tried, or was it just straight out, I'm doing the culture
this was
shop?
it. Straight to the culture shop.
Okay. So walk us through the moment when you said, okay, I'm going to do this, and starting a business, getting your LLC. A lot of times, and I've had my business even through this, sometimes it can be intimidating, almost to the point where you like, you know what, if I don't have somebody to walk me through this, I'm not going to do it. What was that conversation with yourself?
Well, the thing about it, I had worked festivals, worked flea markets and all of that, and you're around people who are in position, and they have all the answers, but a lot of people don't want to give you the answers. So with me, it took a lot of work to figure out how to do the LLC and structure the business and all of that. And I did all of that on my own. Leading to the culture shop, I think I put in a 2-week notice at my job the day after my 10-year anniversary. And once I got I had the business plan. By that time, I had figured out what I wanted to do. And it was just then, just taking the strides and understanding that starting a business from the start, it's not going to be like you think it is. I already knew that from, like I said, I had did various things of being out selling and being at flea markets. So I knew the business structure. I worked for Sam's Club for years, all the way through college, after college. So I knew the structure and the foundation of operating a business, but that was doing it for somebody else. It's a difference when you're taking your own money and literally spending every dime you have to operate your business, and it don't come in like it go out.
Amen. So again, a lot of times we don't do or follow through because we have this idea of what failure looks like, right? And so sometimes us falling, missteps, mistakes helps us to grow. But unfortunately, society tells us that if you fall or fail or any of that, give up, stop, start over, do something different, that you're not no good in that. But that's not true. I just recently went through a vocal therapist, and the conversation was, when babies start to walk, do you ever hear a baby say, I quit walking because I failed too many times? Of course you don't. They get up and start all over again until eventually one day they're not falling as many times as they were before.
Right.
So, and you stated earlier that it takes a special individual to be an entrepreneur, right?
Right.
So what does that special person look like other than, of course, yourself?
It looked like hard work. First, believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot of self-trust. You got to be dedicated. You know what I'm saying? You got to have discipline. And like I said, a lot of people come into it and they think it's easy. Once they see financially that it don't just happen like that, like you say, they give up. They stop, and then you listen to other people. I tell people all the time, the best way to stay in business is to mind your business. You know what I'm saying? What everybody else got going on, what everybody else have to say, oh, don't do that, that won't work, this won't work. You got to stray away from that, because it's you and your heart what you're going to do. So as long as you stay true to yourself, you can make it happen. And a lot of people do get out of business because they sit around and listen to what other people have to say about it.
Now that was a mouthful right there. That was a sermon in itself. Mind your business.
Yeah. Mind your own business.
I
don't worry about what nobody else doing. I have to focus on me and what I'm doing in mine. So if you set up right next door to me, I'm not ever coming in there to see what you selling. I'm gonna take care of my business.
Now, I know this, but the people don't know this. This is how dedicated this man is to his shop. How long do it take you to get to your shop?
I drive an hour one way every day.
Did y'all hear that? It take him an hour to get to his shop every day. Correct. That means he got to take that same hour going back home.
Exactly.
How many hours are you in your shop?
Well, my opening time is 12 to 7, but I'm usually typically here 7:30 every morning. So right now I'm about 12 hours in for today. But that's part of the process. That's what everybody not able to do. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Just to drive along, I've been doing this almost, 6 days a week for the last 5.5 years.
Mm. This is the point that I'm trying to get at. Is it takes dedication to really put in the time for success. It doesn't happen overnight. The other thing I want to say is you are truly investing in yourself. There's nobody else. There's no fall plan. There's none of that. It's you. Nobody's going to go harder than you are for you, right?
Exactly.
I get these conversations all the time, even though I have a regular job. And this is part of my job too. Dedicated to it because I believe in what was given to me. What I mean, given to me, like helping people to tell their stories. Because guess what? We're more alike than we are different, but you'll never know that unless you talk.
Correct.
And then when we begin to start talking, we realize, oh, I did that too. Oh, that happened to me. How did you get through? How did you overcome? We have people on here that are entrepreneurs. My sister-in-law, she did ice cream, all natural ice cream. And it was a major success because nobody was doing that, first of all.
Right.
Second of all, everybody loves ice cream. The good thing about her ice cream, it was not only all natural, but for people who were lactose or, just given to the more healthier side of the ice cream. Nobody was doing that. Pretty much. So let's go back to, you said you were in Sam's Club. You said you worked flea markets. So that means that you paid attention to the customers' wants, right?
Right.
Now, I have been in customer service for 20 something years. And one of the main things that they teach you is listening. We don't listen. We assume that we know what people want, right? And assumption will make you look like you know what it is. However, so we know that you have been paying attention to people. So what was your take on being in these stores or this events or things of that nature that made you say, I'm going to conquer customer service?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing about it when you're there, and I tell anybody, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, like there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5 job, but while you're there, learn the business. So, I mean, I worked for Sam's Club. Walmart at the time was the biggest employer in the world when I was there. So, regardless of how happy you are with the job or what you're doing there, if you setting up an exit plan, like this place successful, they're not going anywhere. So learn everything you can learn while you're there. But I mean, a lot of people have too much pride. I still work flea markets to this day. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my weekly thing. I work flea market. I work outside markets. Um, the customers, like you say, I mean, they gonna let you know what they want. In my business, a lot of things that I deal with, I have to introduce them to it also. So a big part of that is knowing your business. You know what I'm saying? People come in, they ask a lot of questions, and the way to make them come back is to know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Especially with, I think I range from phone companies to insurance, all types of stuff where you might have a high rate. And I was so good at it. I always worked in retention, right? So retention is to make sure you listening, being empathetic to the person and their needs and what their wants are, so you try to keep them as a customer or repeating customer, right?
Right.
And you have to still do it without giving them the whole kitchen sink. How do you
Correct.
do that? You have to make it personal, right?
Yeah,
You
you
got to
build
make them feel comfortable.
right. You build a personal relationship with everybody who walked through the door.
You better say it.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
here's
Everybody gonna be different. You got to figure them out. You know,
absolute.
you gonna have your customers who come in and they like to talk and they like to laugh, and even when you ain't in the mood to do it, you have to adapt to the person. And then you're gonna have people who just come strictly for what they want and they leave. And if you about your business, you'll know your people, so you know how to handle them as they come. And they respect that. You know what I'm saying? You give them their space, and you operate within.
Absolutely. There's a level of comfort and a level of how would I treat this person if that was me, right?
Right.
And you build this bond in a simple conversation that they become comfortable. You are not on guard and nor are they, right? We're in the middle. What do you need from me? What do you want? I'm going to give you what you need, and then I'm going to give you more. And then it becomes, where's that girl at? Where's that young man at? Now they're coming back not only for what they need, but they're coming for you. What else do you have to offer me?
Right.
And now that I'm in relationship with you, now I'm going to tell somebody else to come support you too, because guess what? You have now become my favorite person, right?
You're exactly right.
So I'm excited because, of course, this is something, an area, especially customer service, that I know very well about, as well as um, taking down people's their guards. So in customer service, they used to say your voice, your tone, right? Your tone, your attitude, your facial expression, all of these things matter. I'm not going to anybody that looks mean. I'm not coming to anybody who doesn't speak. So a lot of these places score poorly, mainly because of their customer service. There's an experience I just had recently at the Waffle Cafe Detroit, which I will talk about later. And I sat there and I watched the young man at the front desk, well, front counter, whatever you want to call it. He's loud, but he's welcoming. His facial expressions is welcoming. And I sat there and I watched and I watched. Not only did he take the menu personal, he was very becoming of getting you to purchase from him. So I'm like, wow, I'm sitting here taking notes. I've already ordered my food. I'm mad that I didn't get him as the person that was taking my order. But because this is something I noticed, he was taking, oh, this is the owner's favorite. His wife, this is her favorite. Blah, 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 blah. And the person was like, well, I want to try what the owner's favorite waffle was. And I'm just taking it in, smiling like, go ahead. I'm going to continue to come back just by watching him take care of every customer that came in.
That's understandable.
And so after a while, I went to the owner who I know and I told him I was very impressed by this young man. And he said, and that's why he's up front. I said, that was on purpose. This is what some of our businesses are missing, is the element of customer service. So now that we have discussed that, or I have discussed it, what are some other areas that you feel in entrepreneurship, especially with customers, is an important idea or an important area?
Well, it's the presence you set. You know what I'm saying? I'm big on energy. You know what I'm saying? The energy and the mood. You know, when people walk in my shop, they don't want to leave because of the energy that's in the place. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, with the personal relationship, to be 5.5 years in business and still had new customers walk through the door every day. And like you previously said, most of them come in and say, I was sent here by such and such, or this person sent me here. Um, I read your reviews and somebody, um, it was something in the reviews that made me skip over 5 or 6 other shops to come to your shop. You know, and I mean, a big misconception about Google reviews and stuff like that. You know, people see somebody with 2 or 3 thousand reviews and be like, oh, they got 3,000, but that don't matter. Somebody with 30 reviews and it's the right thing will bring people through your door. So once you get in, like once you come in my shop, I'm not worried about you going nowhere else.
You better
I'm
say
confident
it.
in that. And that's the way you have to be. Like I know myself and I know my business. And nobody gonna do it better than me. That's a promise.
I wish I had an exclamation point right there because I sure would have. So okay, walk us through the process of you knowing exactly what you wanted to sell.
Exactly what I wanted to do. What?
Sell in your shop.
Well, the biggest thing is through travel and going different places. I looked at and picked up on a lot. So you go in. Well, first of all, working at Sam's Club, you look. If you ever go in a Sam's Club, you'll see. I mean, they're a wholesale business. They started off as a wholesale business that catered to other business to be able to provide for their business. But they also have clothing and everything else. And that was one of the questions that I asked while I was working there. Um, why sell clothes in a wholesale warehouse? And it's the convenience. You know, even though you're not here for that, it's here for you. So when I talk about what I'm gonna sell in my shop, I study a lot of people. I study a lot of places. So it's a variety. You know, I have my items that's specialty that I know people are going to come get, and then I pick and choose what I'm gonna add, and that's the part of the business that people don't understand because you might make a wrong pick. So you invest a lot of money into something that people really don't want, but that's part of the game. You have to figure it out. Um, so the whole concept of the culture shop is they have something for everybody because everybody has a culture. You know, people come in and say that African shop. Well, I mean, you can call it that. You look at the dynamics of it and say, but it's a culture shop. I have something that anybody from any background can walk in here and pick up. And that's the key to the business.
Mm-hmm. So where are you located?
North Augusta, South Carolina.
South Carolina. So you mean to tell me I got to travel all the way to South Carolina?
No, you don't have to. You can log on, go on my Facebook page, go on my Instagram, anything you see, I get it to Detroit right to you.
Okay, so let's put that in there now. So Facebook, you're Derrick Turner.
Oh, the Culture Shop LLC.
Culture Shop LLC.
Yep.
Facebook. All right, I'm gonna put that. Make sure this is right. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Is the same thing on IG?
Same thing on IG.
Okay, let me edit that. And IG. Okay. We gotta get back to that later.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I have a lot of people on here who have their own businesses. Thank you so much. Is that Tabitha? Thank you. who have their own businesses, whether it's selling items like that. My friend Alita Cotton, who does ginger and turmeric drinks, teas. Um, she says she is definitely in a place of um, being happy to serve, um, and I love it. I love it. And she's very calming. Her spirit is calm, um, and the product speaks for itself.
Right.
So she always have returning customers because not only of her attitude, but because the product speaks for itself. I'm excited. Aren't you excited?
Exactly.
That not only is not a dream to have a part or a piece of the pie, as we say, you can have it if you want it,
You go
right?
get it.
Go get it. It's
Yeah.
not going to fall out the sky. It's not just going to drop in your lap. You got to work for it. But the work does pay off. You've been doing this for how long now?
5.5 years.
5.5 years.
Right.
You still making it, doing well. So that's a testament that if you believe in yourself, invest in yourself, do what needs to be done, not shortcuts. Do I need to say that for the people in the back? No shortcuts. You could be successful like Derrick.
Well, I mean, you be successful. Don't spell success with a dollar sign. You know what I'm saying? Take the money out of it and put your heart in it.
Mm,
That's
you will
that's
be
that's
preaching
that's one of the
today.
ways you make it. You got to take your money out, take the money out of the equation and put your heart into it, and you will make it happen. You know, when you come into the game just thinking about the money, you're gonna run away from it when you see the money ain't gonna come like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in it for the long haul, and you go. I mean, it take a lot of self confidence, and you gotta have people around you who understand the game. Like it's a lot of work. Being an entrepreneur, you're gonna spend a lot of time away from people. I mean, most of my day spent in my shop, not at home. You know, when I'm not in the shop, I'm somewhere doing something for the shop. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
So it take a lot, and a lot of people can't handle that.
mm-hmm.
16, 17, 18-hour days, minimum sleep. But that's what it take to outwork everybody.
Thank you. Absolutely. This is something you said, basically out hustling everybody else. Well, a lot of things that we used to see, like with P Diddy and all these other people, Damon Dash, not sleeping, out all day every day. Like, no, you believe in that, you gotta hustle, you gotta push, you gotta meet, you gotta connect, you gotta keep going. You got to constantly encourage yourself, because everybody's not going to get your dream. They're not going to understand your vision. Guess what? The vision was given to you. So why would other people understand your vision, or do they have to? No.
Yeah, that's
I'm,
right. I
I'm
mean,
excited um, for the simple fact that not only are you a successful Black man, you're not in jail, you're not running from responsibilities, things of that nature. I love being at this place to be able to show the world that we not all doing bad like y'all make it seem to be, right?
right.
I'm sure there are people in South Carolina watching you, every move you make. Um, Not saying to wait on you to fail, but just to cheer you on to keep going, right?
Yeah, well, you get both. You always gonna have somebody who there for your downfall, You know what I'm saying? That's why you separate yourself from that. When you separate yourself and become one with yourself, none of that don't even matter. And the people who with you gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who you thought was with you not gonna be with you once you start, well, what they call success. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're an entrepreneur, you know within yourself what looks successful to everybody else is not success for you because you got a standard. You know what I'm saying? You got goals and stuff. They don't see your back end. They don't see your game plan. So where they look at you and say, oh well, he doing this, he doing that, it get to a point to where you think you better than everybody else. Absolutely. If me working hard every day and getting up and staying out of my house 16, 17 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week, if that make me better than everybody else, absolutely. I'm better than everybody and gonna continue to be. So the whole notion of who like it and who don't move me. I have things I like to do. It take money, it take hard work, and I'm gonna continue to do it. Like I'm not going anywhere, so whoever like it, they gonna love it. The people who don't, they just don't. Like I don't entertain that.
Mm-hmm. So in your pieces that you have in your store, we're into educating the village, right? You
Right.
said that you have something for anybody can come in and get something
Right.
from your store. So walk us through educating the village.
Well, I mean, it's just the typical person that come in. I sell herbs, so you're gonna have people come in with certain ailments, and they want to know. They might come in with a book and say, "Hey, I'm looking for this herb," and you ask them what you're looking for it for, and they tell you, "Well, if you know your business, you know your product, well, you don't have to have that. You can use this." You know what I'm saying? I got gemstones, so people gonna come in. They looking for certain gemstones, certain crystals. They looking for them for a certain reason. So if you don't know your business, you're gonna lose that person. You know what I'm saying? Jewelry, from your copper to everything. You got to be able to explain to people and let them know what the copper is for, what it do for your body. Books. I mean, I can sell anybody a book, but it make it a lot easier to sell it to you when I know the book myself. So the education part, and then hold on the backside of that, like you said, you do have people come in with special requests and knowing the business, having relationship business. I don't have that right now, but give me a day or two, I have it for you. So that's the connection with other people in business, the right people in business, where you can make a phone call and say, "Hey man, I need this for a customer," and no problem, come pick it up, and then you can let the customer know I'm gonna have it for you tomorrow. It's I mean, people look at it as a hustle, as a game, but it's really the knowledge. And when somebody can come sit in your shop and spend 5 or 10 minutes with you and tell you, man, I done learned more in these 5 or 10 minutes than I done learned my whole life. You know what I'm saying? It is special, and I stand on that. You know what I'm saying? I have pride in what I do, and I'm gonna continue to do it. But it also takes me listening a lot. You know what I'm saying? You have to listen more than you talk. You have to take yourself and put yourself in circles with people who have that kind of knowledge that they can pass on to you. Sitting up under the tree every day is you only gonna get so much knowledge under that tree. You gotta stretch your branches out.
Mm-hmm. So in your area, are you the only shop like that, or what was the significance of you driving from where you live to where you are now?
It's a few shops around here. Um, it's pretty much like mine as in merchandise wise. None of them are like me. None of them can be me. Um, they sell products like I sell. Uh, the fact of driving here, I mean, this is my hometown, but I saw a need for the product in the area. That's why I put my shop here.
Okay.
And I knew it was going to be a challenge because a lot of people wasn't used to or introduced to the products that I sell. So that's where it came in, the work with me being able to introduce them, And that comes with the education of the village, not only introduce them, but teach them about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I say, it's been very successful.
So I got a question. Do you sell waist beads?
Yes, I do.
Mm. We'll talk offline.
I sell them. I don't tie them on, but I sell them.
Okay. Um, yeah, I didn't know until I met a young lady, matter of fact, through Maine, who did waist beads. And she sent me a few, and I was like, okay. I didn't realize that that was a culture thing too, about waist beads and the purpose of waist beads and things of that nature. Again, it's very important for you to understand your product and the people that come in your shop. Um, Again, I'm very excited um, to hear about um, the things that you do to ensure that you stay confident, that you stay having returning customers, new customers, people in your area to talk about you because of what you stand for, the values that you stand for. Um, is there a website for your store, or do we order strictly through Facebook? Someone's asking that.
TheCultureShop.com.
Okay, let me Tabitha, can you put that up there or do I need to? Just ask and he delivers or find it for you. Thank you. Miss Flowers, thank you. You can see where is doing great. Everybody's asking these questions. By the way, while you guys are here and he's here, if you do have questions, you can post them in the chat room. Thank you, Derrick. Um, we can address those concerns that you have. If you are entrepreneurs and you have questions, by all means, um, ask the questions that you need to be have answered. If you're looking to start your own business, again, you're looking at someone, you're listening to someone who is walking his journey. Again, not asking a question can be detrimental to yourself. Just to see if you're willing to go through the journey, because some of us we have desires, but we're not sure if we want to go through it, especially if you don't have any backup plans. Or I'm big on village. I'm super big on village. Even in things like this, I can't be me without you. Who I'm talking to if I don't if I don't have a
Right.
village? Who am I talking to? What is the point? So again, I can't get to where I need to get to if I don't have you. He can't get to where he needs to get to if we don't have village and we don't have customers. So again, um, let's get into this. As an entrepreneur, do you feel that there's a reason why we don't support like we should?
Uh, I can say, yeah, definitely, because I mean, we structured to look at we structured to look at prices. Well, I can go to the Chinese store and get that cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's not understanding the dynamics of how it worked and what it takes to be a black business owner. Um, we criticize everything bad about a black business. When you go in there, you very seldom see someone put up positive things about their experience in a black business. But if any one little thing that happened, I mean, especially with social media now, they go out and air out how they'll never um, go in there again. We notorious for wanting something for free out of the black business, but you're not gonna go in anybody else's shop and ask for anything for free. Uh, so I guess the support. I mean, I really can't say because on my end, I mean, I have all walks of life come in the shop with me. And like I say, that's built off the experience and what they get when they come in. You know, some people come in and they look a certain way and they might see something that they're curious about, but you yourself, you can change the perspective of a person. But as support, and I really say that with support from our people, we have to learn better because we've been steered away. I mean, you look at the black communities, like our business don't exist like they used to. You know, at one time, black people had all the business and everything, and the only way you can get back to that is people support you. Another thing is people look at it as who got more. I'm not gonna spend money with them, you know, going to the thing of who got more than this person and that person, and none of that makes sense. So if we get back to spending our money with us, we can rightfully get to where we should be as far as black business owners. We got to learn how to build together and go out and do things together, invest money together, find projects to do together. You know what I'm saying? It's easier. It's easier with several people than one person. I mean, even finding it's hard. Even you can't find good help now. You know, I run my business solely by myself.
Mm-hmm. That's a different beast of its own of finding help.
See, that's a different beast of its own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, the support. I mean, thankfully, I can say I do have a lot of support. Um, I put in the work to get that support. Uh, and I can tell people who go into business or want to be entrepreneurs and all of that, do your homework. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and do your homework to make sure you're successful on your end. Like nobody can deny you if you on top of your business. You know, you got to know how to study. You know, I sell merchandise that major corporations sell, but I also know major corporations, they hire employees to buy their merchandise. So if we dealing with the same vendor, and I know this vendor put out they new or restock items at 4 in the morning, this major corporation employee is not going to be at work 4 in the morning to purchase this merchandise. So I got to wake up 4 in the morning to go on this site and be able to get the merchandise before they do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all part of knowing your business and making sure you retain customers and the support because now they can come in and they don't have to go nowhere else because you got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you've been in business since the pandemic, actually before the pandemic. How was
Yes, I
that for
started
you?
um, actually being in business. I mean, yeah, I was in business 2 years before the pandemic.
Right.
Uh, first year of business did $9,000. Second year of business did 10,000. And you always had in the back of your mind like, is this worth it? You know what I'm saying? Moved into a new location, and the pandemic started, what, 2 or 3 months after I moved into a new location.
Mm.
Um, in a way, the pandemic, to be honest, was sort of a blessing because I had what people needed during the pandemic.
Mm.
So a lot of people got introduced into my business during the pandemic because when
Okay.
nobody else had hand sanitizer, face masks, or any of that stuff, I had it. So I was the go-to person, but that also introduced them to a lot of other stuff that I had that perhaps they never would have walked in here to see if they weren't looking for essential items for the pandemic.
Right. Yeah, I can see that. Because with vitamins and different things of that nature, especially during the pandemic, you couldn't find like sea moss and different things of that nature. So you had to go to a natural herb store to get it because online it was on back order or again. So yeah, I could see that. That was yeah.
So the pandemic introduced a lot of people into the natural herbs and stuff. I mean, most of the people who wasn't already into it, the pandemic is what introduced them to it. So um, it was beneficial. And like I said before, just having the knowledge once they got in here to let them know, like I also had this, I had that, and just build a business base, just standing on your business.
Okay. That still that was good because again, if you have what people need, again, they see it, they'll tell somebody else, this is where I got it from. And then even during this whole thing, you they become accustomed to you. And of course they're gonna be repeat customers because hey, when they didn't have it, you had it. And if something was to ever happen again, before they even go online anywhere, they're coming to you first
Right.
because you had it before. Why wouldn't you have it again? Um, like here, we no with the air quality thing. Um, a lot of people looking for masks and stuff, and we like, oh, we got to go back to where we were getting the one from before. Um, so again, it's good to even unfortunately being introduced at that crazy time, but it was also a blessing um, to now know where on hand I can get it from. I know the face with the with the product versus
Right.
going on Amazon buying these things and we don't know where it's coming from.
Correct.
Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Oh, really want to get into also discipline because we have been accustomed to getting a paycheck um once a week, twice, whatever it is, and it's a different type of ball game owning your own place,
Right.
um, bills and insurance and all the other stuff that goes on in the back end that most people don't have no clue, no idea about. Let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, the discipline part is understanding um, what you bring in. So, I mean, if you make $5,000 a day, you can't go party up $4,500. You know what I'm saying? That's a fast way for you to go out of business. Like I say, I've had all walks of life of selling just about everything. And I used to deal with an Indian guy selling watches. And he always told me, he said, if you just pay all your bills and put the rest of your money in merchandise, don't worry about paying yourself. And at the time, I used to go and I was like, man, I don't understand what this man is saying. And I used to go, I was spending more money in gas to go to him than the merchandise I was buying from him. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the discipline and the hustle. But he always told me if you run out of money and you got a store full of merchandise, you still in business. But if you run out of money and you don't have no merchandise, you out of business. So I took that on and it's just being very disciplined and making sure you spend your money to provide for your business. Like you say, I mean the bills going you getting bills every day. And you're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. You're gonna have days where it's very minimum, and you're gonna have days where you do very good, and you got to know how to balance it out. And that's what a lot of people. Another thing to make a lot of people fail. They now you bringing the money in. The thing about being an entrepreneur is you get your money first. You don't get in a paycheck form to where everybody get their money before you, and then they give you the leftovers. Like you get your money first, but you got to be disciplined enough to put it in the right places once you get it. And you know what I'm saying? That's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm trying to think. So, are you in a space now where you are taking or would be open to have um, like young entrepreneurs, like a apprentice?
Yeah, I mean, I had several people that I've worked with and help them structure their business and get their LLCs. And, you know, some listen, some don't. Some still in business, some are not. Uh, you have a thing when you bring people in and they sit with you for a while and they think they have everything and they go out on their own. They don't need you anymore, and it don't work out that well for them. But yeah, I'm always open to young people coming in and learning. I mean, I had to learn a lot of it. I did learn on myself, but I ain't gonna take credit away from a lot of people that I sat around and watched them. You know, there's several businesses that I sat around and I watched them operate and watch how they structured. I mean, from barber shops to other shops like this, and it's just watching the entrepreneurial spirit and watching how they bring in and how they handle their business, and it was taking a little bit from all of that. So once I really jumped out here on my own, I was ready, and I mean, like I say, I don't know anybody else better to teach the young people around here, and it's several business owners. I mean, it's a lot of successful black business owners in my area. I won't start calling out no name because I'm gonna forget some people. But it's a lot of successful black business owners around here, and I tell people ask the questions. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody in business and you see they structured, they doing good, like ask the questions. You know, some people may not be holding information back. It's just you not asking the question. So yeah, anybody who walk through the door and they want to know information because, like I say, once again, for instance, main event didn't have to connect you to me. You know what I'm saying? I can me and him laying rest in peace to our friend Big Lou. All us laying in the dorm room at that time, we was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Blacktop Street Ball Association. We figured it out. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who come in this area of social media now, everybody put it out there. They for the uplifting of black people, black business, and all that. But then on the backside of it, they want $5,000, $10,000 to teach you the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you got it, I mean, I give it. I mean, I'm gonna get mine regardless. So I don't mind passing on the knowledge of the game to somebody else, um, because in the end, if the person is right in their heart, they gonna do right by you.
Yeah. It's just like a lot of the things that in the church world, as we say, getting prophecies or people paying. I said, well, why are you paying for it when God gave it to them for free, and it's free to you too? So why are you paying for something that's free? Um, Again, if you're on here, seriously, if you have questions while he's here, ask him the questions. Um, this is what we're here for. We are here to educate the village. The better we know, the better we'll be. Is no reason for us to be ignorant, none whatsoever. It's here. They say basically, you want to hide something from us, put it in the book, because we ain't reading. Again, we are walking knowledge. Um, Sit under someone and get it while you can. One of the biggest things that I took from last year from one of my cousins was we have to get back to our elders, right? Our elders hold so much wisdom in one elder, right? And we'll sit there and let them go to the grave and everything they knew. went to the grave with them. Why? You can sit down and glean from them. Get all that you can and then give it to somebody else. Stop being selfish. Stop being selfish. We all need it. So, on one hand, stop being the person that's holding on to the knowledge like you the gatekeeper. And then the other part is, okay, and the other part is don't be the ignorant person not to want to get to the knowledge. So again, this have been an awesome conversation. So I'm assuming everybody knows what they need to know because I don't see anybody asking questions. Again, I am glad that we had this conversation. What did she say? For me, I have trouble getting a business line of credit, so I'm paying everything out of my pocket, and it seems like I never see a profit. What advice could either one of you give?
The business line of credit thing, first of all, making sure you got everything structured correctly, your addresses, your phone numbers, making sure everything match up. Um, Pay attention, like get Nav. Nav is an excellent app. Um, they show you your business scores. You got to work to get your pay decks up over at least to an 80. Once you get your Duns and Bradstreet pay decks to an 80, you'll start being open to lines of business credit. And to get there, start doing some net 30 companies, Uline, Quill, Granger, different net 30 companies that'll give you like a 30-day line of credit. You order $100 worth of merchandise and you pay it back within 30 days and they report to your business credit. And you do that 5, 6, 7 months, and your business credit will go up and your pay that score move. But make sure you got that done in Bradstreet because that's what they're looking at. And once you get that, it'll be, and also work on your personal credit because a lot of these places want to PG your personal credit also. They want a personal guarantee. But it is companies like Sam's Club and places like that that'll go strictly off your EIN.
Okay. I
Hey,
hope
folks,
that
what's up, B? I see you.
that was helpful to you. You're welcome. Again, this has been an awesome conversation. I do have a couple of announcements, as we say in church. We would definitely have to do this again, Mr. Turner.
Definitely.
If you want to continue to help fund this wonderful podcast of mine, of course, you can Cash App at Sunshine Camila, Kamilah. Excuse me. Again, Aaliyah Cotton, best ginger turmeric tea ever. She's on Facebook. AYECEEAC's Teas 313-380-0321. Again, Blacktop Streetball Association, we love you. BTSBA.com. They will be starting their tour soon. So please go to the website, check it out. We are praying good success, big success. We know how big AND1 was. Now that it's in our hands, we expect it to be bigger than AND1. So again, I love Wally. I love Mr. Idea, Mark Bullock. Everybody has something to do with Blacktop. Again, the Waffle Cafe, of course, here in Detroit. Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m., 6 p.m., 18685 Livernois, Detroit. And all of this is Black owned. Did you hear me? Black owned businesses. Alpha Omega Naturals, getting my hair back into my natural curls. No, this is not a perm. And I got to slick back because I can't do nothing with it right now. Alpha and Omega Naturals.com, Black owned again. And last words, Mr. Derrick Turner, what do you have to say?
My last words, first of all, thank you for putting me on your platform. Once again, shout out to Wiley Main Event for the recommendation. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, to watching us. Hopefully the information was helpful. Chase your dreams. Go get it. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do.
Absolutely. I appreciate you this evening. I am here every Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. with a different guest to not only promote themselves, but also to push the culture that it takes a village for us all to be successful. I will be back here Thursday with a new guest, again, to tell their story, whether it is telling their business, their survival stories, their music, movies, you name it, I'm for it. If you know somebody who wants to come on the show, please inbox me. I have no problems. I have no age limit, no color, none of that. Let's just talk. Again, it's been real. What does it say? Oh, great information. Awesome. Again, I am thankful that you guys were able to come in tonight. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this show. I'll be back on Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tell somebody about here so we can get to TV land. Peace.
Peace.